People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, Mohamed Elneny, Arsenal and Egyptian midfielder during this international break, like his teammate Mohamed Salah, has apparently tested positive for Covid-19 coronavirus. First and foremost, we hope Elneny makes a speedy recovery. We hope everybody else affected with the virus, not just within the Egyptian national team but worldwide, are able to make a recovery and whatnot. People, it's obviously sad for Elneny because he's probably going to miss out 1 or 2 games, and I know Partey is apparently he's fit for the Leeds game, but we don't know that, so we might not have 2 midfielders, 2 of our best playing midfielders this season available for the game, which I think Partey will, but Elneny's probably going to miss out 2 games. And for me, again, I'm not going to act like I was all across the board for international fixtures, and I don't know if Egypt were playing in any African Cup of Nations qualifier, World Cup qualifier, anything like that, or just friendlies. But this is why I couldn't understand why friendlies are being ran, because you could see this bunch of players traveling all different sorts of places, unnecessary contact with all different sorts of people. This is a byproduct. In the same way, players are getting mad injuries during this international period, and during the league, players are, is there a team that hasn't come back with an injury or a COVID test? This is it's stupid, and it shows players are guinea pigs. I understand if it's an official qualifier, them things there, you have to work around it, apologies. But these friendlies, they're not going to benefit on anyone other than the elites and the corporations and the fancy people who want to take their clients out and stuff like that. It's very pointless. Now Liverpool are missing Mohamed Salah for a couple of games, or at least a game, in addition to the injuries they have. Further headache for Jurgen Klopp. And again, there's going to be injuries for all clubs because of the fixture list and because of the friendlies. Yeah, now there's no friendlies until March, or no international break until March, but think of the football that's going to be played then. And I know Mohamed Elneny and Mohamed Salah are not European, but you have to wonder, as I said before, what is the overall quality of the Euros going to be? Because a lot of players are looking burnt out. There are a lot of medium to long term to short term injuries. There's a lot of fatigue within these players. Are these players, they never had the best of pre-seasons, they never had the longest of breaks. Are these players going to be in the tip-top condition in the Euros? I don't know, we'll have to see. But back to Elneny, obviously it's a blow for Arsenal because it's one less option for us to use. He's an informed player, between him, Saka, between him, Gabriel and Saka, off the top of my head, they're only Free and Tierney to a degree, and obviously Partey, but Partey's just joined. They're the handful of Arsenal players from an Arsenal fan perspective, or for me anyways, that I think's actually played well, or when your opportunities have been given. Of course, it's upsetting for Elneny because he'll still get opportunities, but as I said, he's revitalised himself, he's found a role. There's talk of a new deal, which his manager has said, let's be easy, so he's playing for a new deal. At short, we're going to have one less midfield option, at least for Leeds, minimum. Hopefully that means Joe Willock's into the squad and whatnot, and that probably means Xhaka or Ceballos have played their way into the starting lineup. But it's upsetting for Elneny, people. He's also asthmatic. I'm not too sure what that means, if he has asthma, or I don't want to sound stupid, apologies people, but I can't front that. I assume that means he's got asthma, which I suffer with. So if he's got problems around his respiratory system and he's got a problem like COVID, you can see how there's complications. So again, touching wood and praying for a speedy recovery. The Egyptian FA announced this as well, people. Apparently he will take another test as confirmation, as he tested negative on Sunday following Egypt's 1-0 win over Togo. So again, there could be small hope that this is just an error. It could have thingied, but it is concerning because you're seeing this. England players played against Ireland and a player was played the whole 90 minutes with COVID. Croatia, is it Vida, a player that was linked with Arsenal, he contracted, his test came back at half time. This is dangerous, and if this was anybody else, you would have described this as madness. But the football officials and people that make these decisions, they don't care because they're not on the front line. Their families are not on the front line. Again, COVID, you can recover from it, but people have lost their lives. And for me, it just tells you that footballers are guinea pigs because, and again, it's highlighted that football clubs do not care about fans, whether or fans or players. They just care about themselves. Fans have been fleeced in all sorts of ways, monetary wise. Players are being attacked and whatnot. Players will hang out to dry even at the start of COVID. And how long did it even take to start the testing? And forgive me if I'm wrong, if Mikel Arteta didn't actually contract it, would the Premier League have locked off the league when they did? Footballers have been taken as a joke, people. So I sympathise with Elneny, and I hope Elneny makes a speedy recovery, as I do for Mohamed Mohamed Salah, and just about anyone that's contracted this. I think, is it United's Tellez? Apparently he's tested positive again. Not too sure on that, to be speculating, but that's what I think I read before I done this vid. Either way, that's all I got to say, man. On that note, I'm going to get out of here, man. As you lot know, it's always a pleasure, but all good things come to an end. DG, I'm out.